Hey everybody, this is Philip with your marketing tip of the week. Today we will be discussing the best techniques for shooting before and after photos. Alright, I'm going to walk through a few good examples here. Our examples come from Alan Carlton, so I'd like to give a shout out to him and thank him for allowing us to use these photos. Alright, first one, you'll see a pretty gray room. This is the before. If we switch to the after, you'll see that the photo was taken at a similar angle. While we would like to have it exact if possible, this is still a great before and after. These shots are awesome. They also stand out because of the variation in color from the black to the red. Shots that it's very obvious where one was the before and one was the after are obviously preferred. I know that sounds silly, but you'd be amazed at how many people paint white and then take before and after photos and you can hardly tell the difference with the exception of the clean walls, right? Alright, so that's a great example of why you should take the photo from the same angle. Actually, a little piece of advice I have, I always say to stick down a piece of painter's tape if you can before you start the job, take the photo, and then again take the photo after from the same place at the same zoom as well. Alright, here's another good example of taking the photo at the same angle. And another thing that they're doing very well is they're taking the photo at the same time of day. You can tell by the amount of light coming in from the outside. So I highly suggest that you take the photo at the same time of day as you took the original photo, or at least where there's a similar amount of lighting. So if you're indoors, it may not have as big of an effect as if you're, say, doing an exterior job. Alright. This is a great before and after photo, but there is one issue I have with it, and that is the car. If you have the option, always move objects that are in the way. So it would have been great if they could have moved this car. If they couldn't move the car, maybe get in front of the car. That way you don't see it in the shot. Alright. This is a great example of why you should hold your camera parallel with the ground, because sometimes when you angle it certain ways, like up in this instance, you'll start to see foreshortening happening over here on the left hand side. You can tell the difference when I go to the next photo. While this is a great before and after photo, you do see the difference in foreshortening there. Alright, another good example, this bedroom. Clear, good before and after. You can tell maybe it's getting painted for a realtor or maybe to sell. But this is a great example, and this is a great work that you can use for any of your websites, your house page, sending to realtors. These are very powerful shots because you're kind of selling an invisible product, right? All that they can go on is the images that you provide them, and we see this a lot when people visit the site. A lot of them tend to go to your photos page. In fact, it's one of the most visited pages across the franchisee sites. Alright, another good example of that same bedroom, same project, I assume anyways. Now we get into what I consider some great before and afters. You can tell Alan took this from the same spot both times. You can see the difference. The color is dramatic. The black and the brown that came in there. I think it's a beautiful before and after. Again, a great shot for any website in order to show to a potential customer. Another good example, this house could have been taken at a little better angle. You can see it kind of turns there a little bit. Looks like the after photo, he moved a little bit to the right. But other than that, it's a great shot. These are all great examples. And then if you can take something like this shed or this garage in the backyard and, do something like this from the same angle. You can see he used the fence a little bit as a guideline to kind of give him that same angle. I think that's a great way of doing it. It's very similar to the painter's tape, so he may have counted down, okay, I'm 12 poles or so down and took the same photo from that angle. That's a great way of doing it as well. Alright guys, this has been your marketing tip of the week. If you guys have any questions on this or any tips of your own or any tips for before and after shots, please feel free to shoot me a message. I'd be more than happy to discuss it with the circle. Thank you very much, and have a good one.